Hello,
Hello!
everyone!
Hey, guys.
Welcome! Noria, thank you for resubscribing. That's fabulous. They've been with us for 2 months
Yay!
now. Huzzah! And Ardana,
Oh,
thank you for the follow. And welcome, Dead Aussie Gamer and the whole crypt. This
Whoa.
is glorious. It's always lovely to have you
yeah.
here. I would. I
Thank you
can't even
for
tell
being
you how
an
excited
ally.
I am about my fruit babies. Like they're just,
I heard they
it
were
is
awesome.
delightful.
I heard they were
They
really
are
good.
fabulous. He murdered my Fruit Loop. He murdered
Oh
Fruit
You
Loop
That
died!
no.
monster.
right in
Oh.
front of me. But then the fabulous chat created all kinds of cool things, and suddenly I now have a scorpion banana called Banana Spike, a little crabby apple
Yes!
creature called Crab Apple,
Of
and
course.
then
My
a little
heart.
weird grape thing called Sour Grapes.
Aw.
Oh.
And of course, I like to feed them human blood, so they're
As
excited. And
as
I,
one
As
I
does.
as you
actually,
do.
Of course.
I
Right.
also gave them an invulnerability potion, which
Very good.
Just like never again.
Never
yeah, like
again.
no
God.
murdering, no
Rest
murdering my
rest in
babies.
peace, other fruit guy.
Fruit Loop.
Fruit Loop.
There's, oh my gosh, yay! Thank you so much, Raiders. There's, thank you, first time chatters, Odd Bandicoot, and he him level 3, yay,
Oh
and
my god, yes.
Tasfarel. Oh my god, there's so many new people. This is
I love that game.
amazing. Oh my god, yay!
Heck yeah!
There is, of course, welcome Arajanasi, one of the
Arizona.
VIPs of our
Oh yeah.
channel here. Arajanasi is a VIP, Snowflake is a VIP, Noria is a VIP. Like, just, oh my god, Arajanasi!
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Thank
Well, thank you so
you.
much.
No.
Arajanasi just gave up 5 community subs because she's amazing. There is, and if you would like
The
to
one
support
true
our
goddess.
channel, there are a lot of ways that you can do it. Subs, bits, all that kind of stuff will all get you rewards. For those 5 community subs, I will give you, Arajanasi, already an environmental effect.
Heck yeah. That's
Of course you're a
You
VIP,
got it,
Noria.
yes. I love it. You are absolutely a VIP, Noria. There is, you're also, so you can do all this stuff. If you do bits, there are all kinds of rewards that you can create for players in the game. There's also a whole lot of stuff that you can do with channel points too, including like finding out more lore about the world or giving advantage or haste or things like that to our characters. In addition, oh my god, thank you, Noria. Let me know,
Oh.
Noria, who you've got. That's 2 advantages if you want. You can absolutely give advantage to people as you'd like, or any of the other
Or yeah,
mix and matches.
5+1. 5+2.
There is, yeah, 5+2s if you want. There is the and it looks like we're getting close to a hype train. Ooh, that's exciting.
choo-choo.
There is, but you can also, we also have, if you want to throw our Ko-fi up there, Lando,
Yeah.
we also have a Ko-fi. We are working towards creating our own dice right now. So if you would like to help us get there and have fabulous, custom-made Plain Nerd Allies dice, that would be glorious. So definitely pop over there. And even if you just follow us, that really helps us a lot on the algorithm over at Ko-fi. So that would be glorious of you. Now, let's give a couple little shout outs to people. Let's get through the sponsors really quick so we can get into the action. But we are sponsored by currently Hero Forge, which is fabulous. We love Hero Forge. We do all of our backgrounds with Hero Forge and their minis. They are a wonderful company that is very supportive of the community. They're delightful. Games Played Badly is a fabulous YouTube channel that recently interviewed us and wanted to support us. So thank you, Games Played Badly. Definitely go head over there. You can see all of the links to all these people down below in the About section. So definitely head over there and say hi. Phoenix Dice. Lando, if you can pop not the Phoenix Dice, but the giveaway up. We are
Yep.
giving away Phoenix Dice tomorrow.
Ooh.
Phoenix Dice is fabulous because they make all of their dice from recycled materials. So they love the planet, they love the worlds that we play in as much as they love the world that we all live in. And we love them for that. So please go support them. You can definitely jump into the giveaway. And when you win the giveaway, you can get any kind of dice that you want on their whole website. You get to choose, and then we send that to you. There is Role Playing and Role Playing, who is about to start a fabulous Kickstarter, and we are helping them get the word out about that. So definitely go check them out. Souls Rolls is a delightful contributor to our channel as well, as is Realm Warp, who is supplying one of the prizes for the giveaway this week. And then, of course, we've got Incarnate, where we use most of our Macs. We use C and Piku and Incarnate together to create fabulous things for you all. Then, of course, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. We've got a new code up there today. If you play that, go jump in there, use that code, get yourself an Electrum chest. Yay! Free prizes for people. And of course, D&D Beyond, which we use for all of our character sheets and has been such a boon to us to be able to actually, I DM and write 3 games a week right now. And if I did not have D&D Beyond, my brain would just be on the floor. So,
Right.
So thank you.
Oh no, who's doing push-ups?
Who's doing it, Vegeta? Felix is doing push-ups.
There is,
All
right, man, I got
I
it.
salute you.
Push up.
So, oh my gosh, yeah. If
I'm just his favorite, okay?
yes, indeed, there is. So thank you, everybody, already for all the bits, all of that kind of stuff. Let us know. So Noria is giving out 5+2s to people. So just
Solid.
remember, we've got +2s available. Janasi, are you giving out +2s as well? There is. Let me know how we want to spend those bits. And if anybody else wants to subscribe or throw bits or something like that, we can get a hype train started if you do it within the next minute. So exciting! And with that, with all of those fabulous things, let us talk about what happened last week here
Oh boy.
at Planer and Allies.
Yeah, last session was
Last
nuts.
week,
Well, this was fun.
we discovered.
Oprah.
Okay, so we've got 8+2s available for rolls for you guys today.
I think you get 1 too, technically, Kyle, because Noria said 1 for each of us.
Oh. I'm gonna ruin your day.
No.
Yay!
Hooray.
So last week, we met the Sultan of the Chalice, who is the ancient ruler over the air section of this city. Each of the sections of this elemental city are ruled over by an elemental genie. So we met the Ifrit, the Sultan of the Fan, who is an Afriti, when we visited the Fire Genasi. We met the Sultan of the Chalice here, which is delightful. He is the one that helped us set up our new democracy. It was a monarchy, but the monarchs got so inbred, the empire got so inbred that they really can't function anymore.
Yes.
And they discovered that when they took the mountain that they lived on away from the rest of the city and lifted it up with a giant air elemental, that there were gnomes and kobolds living in the mountains who were now cut off from the rest of their kind. And those gnomes have continued to develop over the last several hundred years a whole steampunk society in the mountain. They have taken over all of the manufacturing of the Air Genasi and are selling all kinds of stuff in the fabulous little spots all over this mountain. Now, because the gnomes have in fact been in charge, they have been the ones making the decisions for the Air Genasi. The Air Genasi, because of some amazing rolls that were done by my fabulous players, did manage to take over and were voted in to power. So now the gnomes are actually running this section of the city. Yay! And thank you, Odd Bandicoot, for those. That is glorious.
It's like 11 plus 2s now.
Oh
Yes.
boy.
We
Yes,
roll
we've
it.
got.
Heck yeah.
I think we've got a total. Well, there's what? I think there's 9 plus 2s now.
Hmm.
And
Solid.
then there's also an environmental effect, which I will get to a little later in the stream when things get a little fun. So, why don't you all let me know? How was it last week? What was your favorite thing that you got to do last week? Let's start with one of the Bear brothers, Gorufa.
Gordon was pretty stressed, making a constitution in 45 minutes.
That's right, you wrote a constitution.
And with the wonderful penmanship and words of Crothon, translating my ideas in politics, and there was mistakes probably were made in that, but it is what it is.
Slight oversights, but 5 years. You have 5 years to worry about that.
That's what amendments are for.
Right.
And then a devil almost killed everybody, including myself, in a room, and
Oh,
that
that's
was
right.
very dangerous, and had to give away a lot more information to said devil than I wanted, but everyone was alive.
So we did
So-
have a messenger from Asmodeus
Yeah.
come and say hello to find out
Not great.
what had happened to Asmodeus's daughter. So now Asmodeus knows that Lulth was involved and Sune was involved. So
Well, Lulth was the murderer. Sune was like kind of
The
involved.
opportunist.
Sure.
Sune currently has the bangle that Glacia was turned into. She's got a golden and ruby bracelet that used to be Asmodeus's daughter on her
Yeah,
arm.
but
right
she
now.
didn't murder him. So, there's that.
Literally
Well,
an
Dork, why
accessory
don't-
to the crime.
That's right, exactly. Thank you. The youngest member of the group coming in with the dad joke. All right.
I will now jettison myself to space where I belong.
Done. You just won the session. You just won the session. Good job. Lando, why don't you tell me what Gorf was all about this past week?
Gorf is just trying to keep up with everything going on.
Yep.
Democracy and all that stuff is my brother's job. I was disappointed.
There was nothing to hit.
There was nothing to hit until the demon came, but even I know that would have been a death sentence for
Not
me
a
and
great
everyone
idea.
else in the room.
Not a great idea.
A lot of innocence.
And then we have to wait for the boring meetings between all the elemental people. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so I'll probably just cook
Yep.
a bunch.
There you go. Fabulous. Making a feast. I love it.
Just,
And what about
stick with your
Felix?
strengths.
Yep. Felix, what was going on with you last week?
Felix just kind of looks at his party and is just like, listen, guys. Listen, guys. We've been doing pretty good, but if you've been keeping score, there's a lot of things we need to clean up now. Now we kind of threw Sune under the bus.
Couple countries, some planes of existence.
Couple countries,
Yeah.
an evil book that we just left in our city that's already
Oh,
in shambles.
Gorton has it.
Yeah, for what you guys told me, it makes everything around it rancid, and leaving that around a level 20 wizard or anybody in that area is probably a bad idea.
It's true.
It's
Yeah,
above
no.
our pay grade.
Yeah, but we should do something about it. It's just leaving it there. It's just, like I said, lots of messes. Need to clean some of them up.
So many.
But we'll get to
messes.
that. So many goddamn messes that it's just it's a lot. It's a lot to take care of. But we'll
As
do
the
this,
DM,
guys.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not cleaning them up. I'm just I'll do a little mop and then squeeze that mop into a bucket and I'll just leave the bucket there for you. It's still waiting. It's still filthy. but it's
So-
there.
Filthy,
Gotta
so
change it
nasty
out.
for no good.
let's see if we can get to any of that, stuff
At some point.
Yeah.
at some
point.
goddamn point at all.
I love it. All right. So, what about Crozon?
Well, I'm still completely flabbergasted at a lot of the situations we're in. I'm still trying to figure out what being attuned to a player's touchstone really means. I just got shown the universe in all of its vastness. Don't know what that's about. I have coordinates to a place in Nanket that may be where some source of very potent necromancy might be that I'm
Something.
thoroughly interested in. There's a lot, and now I just recently figured out that apparently I've decided to tie my trailer to a party that has gotten in the bad graces of Asmodeus himself. Mmm, tasty. Great time.
Oh, that's just one of them.
One of them.
Yes.
That wasn't
There's
our.
a lot.
That wasn't our fault. Just to be clear.
Mhm.
None of it's really your fault.
I mean, that's pretty much true. we just stepped in the shit and we just haven't cleaned
The
off our
world-
foot yet.
Watch where
So
you're
what has
stepping.
happened? What has happened in this world is that for 1,000 years it was cut off from all of the other planes. It was alone in the universe, or so it thought. So now all of a sudden it has been just like 10 years ago. Suddenly it got opened up to the multiverse, and it has been chaos. Imagine if you were a little island somewhere out in the Pacific that had no idea the rest of the world even existed. And then all of a sudden air travel happens and everyone can get to you. This is
Right.
new. It's new
Not
resources for people. It is new opportunities. It is new relationships. There's all kinds of crazy stuff happening here and in the rest of the multiverse. And
We're
the
really
clock's
out of our
ticking on
depth.
all of it. Yep.
What are you
So,
talking?
yeah.
Just extraplanar beings want to kill us, but
Many of them.
Fine. I mean, straight up gods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like straight up gods want you dead now. Like they do have a couple other things that they're working on, so they're not really paying all that much attention to you. But they've got like a quarter of an eye trained in your direction.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
with that,
It's normal.
shall we begin this week's session of Delver's Dream?
da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
Yeah.
You have spent the night partying with your new friends, the kobolds and the gnomes and the air genasi, having a glorious time celebrating the presidency of the gnome known as Granny, who has been helping to run the country for the past year and is now recognized as the sovereign ruler of this nation by the Sultan of the Chalice. She is now the undisputed leader of this floating island with all of the responsibilities and privileges that come with that. Tell me, as you wake in your rooms that were literally created for you, for those who were not here last week, we discovered that the guest rooms in this palace, as soon as a new guest walks into them, will conform themselves to whatever is the most comfortable thing for that guest. As you wake up, tell me, what are you going to do with yourselves the day after the election?
Felix wakes up in like just a pile of wrappers from chocolate coins.
Yes, he does.
So he just kind of, cleans off his bed and he gets up, stretches. Ugh, breakfast time, and I'm just gonna go to the kitchen and see what everybody else is doing.
Is Gorf up yet? Is he cooking for us, or is he still in bed?
Gorf wakes up. Yes, he's in the kitchen. But the first thing he did when he woke up was try to pull the sword off unsuccessfully again. He's be like, And just keep going.
I would like you to roll me an intelligence roll.
Can I give him disadvantage?
You can. If you want to use one of your advantages to give him disadvantage, you
Okay.
absolutely can.
Sure, I'll give him disadvantage.
Oh
That's a
my
13.
God.
That's not too bad.
Dang
Yeah,
it!
no, a 13 is still, it would be enough for you to suddenly realize that you could totally go take a bath and then dry yourself off really quickly with this sword. Just for everyone,
A wind
for everyone that
sword.
That's
knows
great.
that wasn't here. Um, because Gorf is a barbarian, his room is just covered in weapons. He can't get any of them off the wall because they're not really real. But this one still has an effect. It's a sword of wind. So anytime he touches it, the wind gets so strong that it actually lifts him off his feet, and he's just like flapping in the breeze of this big great sword. So
It's a built-in blow dryer.
that's right.
It's fantastic, is
We've
what
got
it
a
is.
That's
bare
pretty
blow
rad.
dryer
There you go.
happening.
You should ask for like
Need-
a mini
need to-
one of those.
Yeah, I need to install one on your
Carried around,
at Delva's
yeah.
Dream.
Right.
We need to.
Right? Just a wind
Call up
blade.
the Sultan of the Chalice. I would like this room in mine over there.
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
can have
Could you
it, please.
transfer it, please?
Yeah.
All right, so are you heading to the kitchen?
Yeah.
Now that you are clean, and your fur looks amazing, by
Yeah,
the way.
it's all blown out.
It's got so much
and
bounce
Mhm.
and body. Like,
Windswept.
yeah.
He's a hero
Now.
wind. Hero wind.
Oh my
Hero
God.
wind.
And now I have to make that item. Now I have
Oh,
to build that
God.
magic item.
Yes.
The hero wind sword.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So
Deals no
Gorf's gonna go to
damage,
the
only
kitchen.
pushback.
He's making omelets and sausages and a fruit salad.
Fabulous.
Ooh.
I love it. There is yes. Okay, so we've got. I mean, I've got to say to all the people who watch the Dead Aussie Gamers stream, the fruit salad is certainly hurting my soul a little bit right now. But
Yummy.
okay, well, we'll deal with it.
Well, and a little bit of lime juice in the salad.
You're a
Oh,
monster.
Some
You're the worst
banana.
person I've ever met. I hate you all so much. And the meteor hits the palace, and you're all dead.
Gorf checked to see if they were sentient fruit before he did it.
Just wanted to make sure they were.
Yeah.
I am not.
He
I am not
only
just
he
gonna
only makes sentient
rob-
fruit salad.
I am not going to rob Dead Aussie Gamer of that idea. It is way too good. Like, there is absolutely not. That is absolutely a Dead Aussie Gamer thing that is happening.
Dead Aussie
We're
Gamer
not.
is
There will
basic.
be no. Yeah, there will be no sentient fruit. Thank you so much.
Dang it.
There's so yes. All right. So as Felix enters the kitchen, Gorf is there, creating something delightful. You smell something glorious. Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? Give me that sweet, sweet intelligence roll again to see how well you do cooking.
Wait, my cooking's off my intelligence and not my wisdom?
It
That
is.
sucks.
It is.
Yeah.
Remember that? That's how we did it in the other campaign.
Well, that was a
Oh!
4, so I guess
Do you
it's
have
Yeah,
to
so
shit.
Felix-
cooking
Felix,
materials?
as you come in, as you
Do
come
I
into the
at least
kitchen,
get
Felix,
advantage
you
because
literally
I'm a
can't
chef?
see. Yes, you can absolutely have advantage
Okay.
because you took the chef feat. All right,
Yes.
yes, all right, that's
Okay,
fine.
I was like,
That's fine.
that
Yeah.
You got
sucks.
this.
Okay,
4.
so with a
Okay,
14, all right,
14.
with a 14,
It's-
it smells nice.
It's edible.
It smells nice.
You've got a +2. You
Fine.
can make it 16.
You know, it's good. It's good food.
It's good food.
Gorf
Uh-huh.
is a little tuckered from the night before. He maybe drank a little too much. You know,
He's
there's a lot
distracted.
of wine.
It's also a new. It's also a new kitchen. Okay, he doesn't know where
Yeah,
everything
That's
is.
true.
So
Though it is
piss
a
off,
poor
Felix.
musician that blames his instruments. It sure is.
I'll like invisible mage hand and steal a biscuit before he's done cooking.
Gorf didn't make those biscuits, so. I don't know
Oh.
if they're there.
Oh, even better.
Oh, that's
Even better. You're like, oh, Gorf, what did you cook? Oh, not these. Okay, yes.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no,
There you go.
Thank you. Fabulous.
Perfect.
I love it. All right, now Goru, you wake up. What do you do?
Gordon spends the first hour plus just writing, sending a couple of those Stonebird messages to Valencia to update the council, and then writing out a longer report and hiring
Fabulous.
a messenger and sending those letters out. He also
Okay.
prays and is like, Sune,
Awesome.
please forgive me.
I am going to ask you, please, 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 to remind me of that at the end of the session so I can put it in the calendar.
Okay.
Because I will forget that.
I'm gonna write it down.
Yes, please. So, all right, fabulous. So you spend the morning writing your messages, all of that. Crothon, what about you?
Gonna get a nice early start to the day, and immediately summon Kalata. Gonna do
Very
some,
nice.
brief training, get our synergies more aligned, make it so that she doesn't accidentally knock me into a vortex again if ever we are put in that situation.
That's probably
Yeah.
good.
So I have a question for you. Kalata is your lightning drake, yes?
Yes, she is.
What is your poison drake named?
Their name is actually Kreoth, which is Orcish for poison. So
Krayoff.
yes.
Fabulous. All right, I love it.
Tracks.
It's true, Serum. You did find the luxurious beard. I do need to trim it, not the bottom. I just need to trim the sides a little bit. Yes. You see a strange figure in one of the rooms trimming their luxurious beard.
Oh.
Excuse me.
He disappeared.
Are you new here?
Oh,
He looks
It
at
was
you
a
and you feel your
ghost.
soul burning and your face melting.
I'll excuse myself. Goodbye.
oh.
Fabulous. All right, so you are out on one of the terraces training your fabulous Kalata.
Yes, I
Awesome. So, as the morning progresses, you see Granny sort of very slowly coming out of the other end of the palace, coming out of her bedroom. She is dressed in a stunningly beautiful but huge gown that is the style from about 300 years ago for children. For children of the empire. This huge, like, it's probably as wide as she is tall, just with taffeta and tulle just everywhere with these giant puffball sleeves looking like Glinda from The Wizard of Oz. Just ridiculous looking. She is obviously very uncomfortable in it and is trying very hard to maneuver around, like, without just tripping on her own dress. Because she is used to working in the forges, she's used to working in labs and things like that, in work clothes, in pants or overalls or things like that. So she slowly makes her way out and sees all of you looking at her as she's like, okay. So, what I'd like to do today, I think, and as she's sort of talking, she stumbles a little bit. She's like, okay, hold on. Let me get up to the throne, okay? We're gonna go over there, and you watch, like, you guys are sort of peeking out of the kitchen, and Goru, you sort of peek out of your room, and you see her from the terrace. And she gets over, very sort of like stumbles up the stairs and climbs up onto the throne. And it literally looks like she's sitting on like 3 pillows. There's just so much tulle. And she looks sort of wobbly, like the tulle isn't doing what she wants it to, and she might just sort of slide off the throne at any moment. And she calls out, and there is now something about the throne where if she calls out, everyone in the palace will be able to hear her. So she doesn't realize this, and she's like, she sees you out on the terrace, and she's trying to like raise her voice so that you'll hear her normally. She's like, okay, if you guys can come over here, and I would like all of you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, got a lot of big booming. Oh,
Sorry, Gorf. You're
Oh,
go.
26.
Oh, Oh my gosh.
oh,
Let's get that out of the way.
So, sir, I am
Is that a
not.
nat one?
Nat
Ah,
one.
Grothon.
Bruh.
All right,
30.
so Felix and Grothon, you both are deafened for about like 60 seconds. You're
Oh,
just
boy.
like, oh my god, what is happening?
What? I can't hear you. Where's the
Look at
sign?
Goru,
Yeah.
Goru, you, because you just had your head poking out of your doorway, you, it was like the sound was like concentrated in the hallway and acted like a wind tunnel. And so you just watch just like little spurts of blood come out your ear, and you're gonna be deafened for the next hour. All right, unless somebody heals you. You're just like, oh god, and she
Just
hears
nuts.
the screams. And Gorf, you just sort of hanging out at the kitchen, just making your food.
Yeah.
You're like, it's fine. It's whatever.
Did someone say something?
Yeah. He wasn't even paying attention. He's got cotton in his ears.
Doesn't even know what the
Yeah.
hell's going on.
Oh my god.
So she looks, she sees it. Oh, and she quiets down. And she's like, "I'm so sorry. So could I have y'all just come out here for just a minute, if that's okay? And are you all gonna come in
With
immediately?
wobbly legs
I'm
and
bringing,
vertigo.
I'm bringing my plate of food. That
Yeah.
Lord
Crow kind of depends on Colada
Perfect.
to stabilize him as he makes his way over.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Gorf-
I'll see
Absolutely.
Gorfa and I'll lesser restoration him real quick because his ears are bleeding.
Oh, that's not great.
That's good.
I love
We need
it.
him to be hearing.
Right?
We need him
We
to
need
know
to
what's
diplomat.
That's a
happening.
little bit.
That's the preferred way to have him.
Right.
Gorf probably doesn't matter as much, but Gorf,
Yeah.
it's kind
So
of important.
Gorf
Gorf
comes
is
out of the
never paying
kitchen
attention to
literally
begin.
with like a frying pan in one hand and a spatula, big apron, just wandering out of the
He's like
kitchen to the throne room.
finishing up the omelet.
His
So
apron
funny.
says "Kiss the chef."
It was the only one they had.
And she looks down at all of you and she's like, I just want to thank you so much for yesterday. Like it really means a lot that you're willing to help, the people that hadn't really had their voices heard in a long time. And it really was amazing the way that the whole community came together. And we can come out into the open and we can talk to them, and they've accepted. Like, I know that there are some people down at the tavern right now just having a great old time learning new drink recipes, all that kind of stuff. And I see kobolds on their hang gliders carrying messages everywhere. So thank you so much for all of that.
Yeah.
That really was phenomenal of you. All right.
Omelet?
No, it's fine. I had servants serving me so much food. Just literally, there's just like a buffet in the bedroom at all hours of the day, and
Yeah.
I just can't
No.
with all that food. It's just too much for me. But thank you so much.
I get it.
And she looks at you and she says, "Well, I suppose I'll be the one that's going to be presiding over this meeting of all these different Genasi folk. So I wanted to let you know how things are going. So it looks like I have gotten word back from all of the other people. It looks like Faldon Manada, the ruler of the Fire Genasi, should be here in about 3 days. The Lord of the Water Genasi will be here in 5, and the Lord of the Earth Genasi will be here in 6. Now, I suspect
an ally.
that the reason that the Water and the Earth Genasi are taking a little longer is because they've got something cooking up their sleeve. But
What kind of cooking?
I don't know. I don't really have a head for politics. I have a head for civil
politics.
engineering.
Never mind.
I have a head for civil engineering. I have a head for for social psychology, all of that. But I don't really have a head for politics. So we just we tend to, where I come from, we tend to just be very, just very direct with each other about what's going on. And it seems with these Genasi, there's a whole lot of whispering and gossip that seems to rule the day. I mean, I know that you have experienced that as, the Poison Brigade, as you are now known.
A
Yeah.
badge I wear proudly.
Well, gossip is our specialty,
That's right. Well, thank you for the follow, Patty Cakes. You get a wink from Corton. You sure do. Wink. There's now. So I'm not sure really what to do about it. I mean, the other thing that is a little disturbing that I just got word of as I was coming out, it seems that Kilnasi, the Lich Queen, has not been idle when it comes to the other countries in the world. I've gotten reports that a spy for Kilnasi was found amongst our air Genasi. Only the one has been found so far, but if they infiltrated us, my guess is that they infiltrated the rest as well. When we discovered the changeling amongst us, sadly, it escaped. So we weren't able to find anything out about it. But please be on the lookout for other spies in and around the city. My guess is with that, because I do understand a little bit why she might do that, if she can destabilize the city, she can destroy our defenses much more easily. We must form a united front, or we will never be able to defeat the army of undead and warforged that she's creating right now. So, tell me, what would you like to do today? We've got 3 days before the fire at Genasi get here. What should we do?
Who exactly apprehended the spy?
It was the palace guards, actually. They apprehended them. Apparently, the spy got a little too drunk yesterday, and the sight of an actual devil from the Nine Hells scared them so much that they lost a little bit of control. And that's when the guards found them, but then they ran out with the crowd.
I'm gonna have a word with the guard.
Fantastic.
That's a
I
good
might-
idea.
Put some feelers out, try to get some spies and information of my own.
She looks at you and she's like, we do have several mouse folk in and around this part of the city. There's, you might want to go check at the archives.
Listen, doll, I know what my people are doing. I mean,
oh my goodness.
I'm
good
sorry.
Lord.
Yes, I've met them.
All right.
Excuse me, that was
Mr. Mouse.
completely out of nowhere.
She just looks at you. She's like, listen, Mr. Mouse, with Mr. Mouse's mouth. There's, I'm going to need you to address me now properly, just without maybe the attitude in your mouth.
Of course, Madam President. I just family. You probably know it really knows how to get to you.
They do. It's true. It's true. You are forgiven, good sir. All right, fabulous. What about the Bear Brothers? What are you gonna do?
Do you have any ideas for fun?
I'm debating
Or-
whether or
You
debating whether
give
or
us
not-
the name. I'm sorry.
No, nothing. Just gonna hang out.
No, I just said my own name instead of my brother's name.
No, what's up? No.
Have any ideas, Shadane? No, Shadane, I'm good.
Oh man.
what? What's happening?
So the bears are just hanging out while the bears are figuring out what they're gonna do. Why don't we're going to Star Wipe to Crothon, going and having a little chat with one of the guards. As you approach, this guard right now in his rotation is guarding the front gate to the palace. As you head down the long walkway past all of the beautiful gardens, You get up to the front gate. You can see in the distance that there is still revelry happening in town. It looks like it's not going to end anytime soon. They are very excited about having a new ruler, and they are just so happy about it. But you approach the guard, and he looks at you, and he's, because he's an Air Genasi, everything is sort of subdued with them. A little whisper. Just, hello, Mr. Crowthon. What can I do for you today? Would you like to leave the grounds?
No, just had a few questions I wanted to ask.
Certainly.
I heard from Madam President that we apparently had an intruder, a spy among our ranks.
We did. Now, I wouldn't want to say anything bad about anyone, but...
Of course.
But I think that perhaps this person might have had, maybe, some sort of, perhaps, a negative agenda.
You don't say.
Yes.
I also
Yes.
heard
Now,
this.
you didn't hear from me.
Okay.
I don't even think they were an Air Genasi.
I have heard that rumor. Though, for someone to be able to disguise themselves with that finesse, some would say you have to be from Nanket.
He looks around, he sees the other guard, like, across the way from him, and he's like...
Just...
And then waves again over the other guard. He's like, nothing happening here. We're not gossiping. We would never.
Of course not. We're upstanding individuals, you and I.
Yes. Gossip is for the ill-informed and the weak-minded. It's true.
Precisely.
But yes, I believe that... I don't believe they were from Jarsai at all. I think they were from a different country. We don't have nefarious people here.
Of course not.
It would be Doge.
Very, indeed. I also heard from the pipeline they managed to evade our forces, escape during the confusion of it all.
Yes, well, it was very confusing. There was, I don't know if you saw, but there was a devil here.
Oh, yes. They did bring an entire, quite the entourage with them. Quite unsettling.
It was disturbing. I'm glad I didn't have to leave my post to deal with it. Now, mind you, had I left my post to deal with it, it would have been dealt with. I think that all of you did admirably.
Thank you.
But you're not guards, are you?
We are not. We lack your training, your civil touch, as it were.
Yes, yes.
So a man so high-statured and well-trained as you would have some inkling on... Not that there are nefarious folk in our great city, but if there were, where might they be occupying?
I would have no idea.
You certain?
He sort of looks over at the other guard, who is very obviously listening in while trying to look like he's not listening in. You recognize the fact that everyone in this city is a gossip. Like, that's how all information gets around. But you cannot be caught gossiping. It's the same thing as with the Fire Genasi. With the Fire Genasi, everyone will steal from everyone else, but you cannot be caught stealing because that would be gauche. Here, you cannot be caught gossiping, but that's where everybody gets their information. It's just, no, I would never go anywhere. I would never go. I only go to the most reputable of taverns, the Flying Squirrel Tavern. That's where reputable folks go. I would never go, for instance, to the Scorpion's Cup. I simply wouldn't do it. I
You'd be
wouldn't
caught
do it.
dead there.
And I don't think, and they actually start getting a little heated, like their voice goes from a whisper to like almost a normal tone. I don't think that you should go there either, sir, if you are a reputable person.
I'll have you know, quite reputable indeed. Just yesterday, I know that you were on your post, so you might not have forgotten the word, but I was the one who wrote the Constitution. With, of course, Gorufa's assistance.
Well, I think that is quite admirable, sir. So, you should go to the Flying Squirrel
And not at
and
all.
not to the Scorpion's Cup. I
That's where
have
I'm headed.
seen at the Scorpion's Cup, not that I have ever been there, but I have heard friends of friends tell of Earth Genasi. I have.
Ugh.
It was quite upsetting.
Not folk that you want to associate yourself with, if you mean to be an upstanding individual.
That is correct. And I'm not saying anything negative, of course, but sometimes Earth Genasi are not nearly as delightful as some other types of Genasi.
Not to tell tales out of school, but
Never,
life is so
never.
Je ne sais quoi.
You didn't.
I'm not sure what that language is, but I understand your meaning, sir.
That was the worst one. That was the worst one.
Is there anything else that I can help you with?
No, you've been more than helpful. I should leave you to your post. I know that you are quite busy.
I am quite
with your
busy.
God work.
There have been 3 revelers who have come to these gates, one of which had 3 of the buttons on their tunic unbuttoned.
How scandalous indeed.
I almost
Surely.
called the rest of the guard.
Oh. Surely you couldn't have been intermissional.
I can't imagine anyone. He's probably going to the Scorpion's Cup right this moment.
Poor souls. What
Despicable.
has this world become?
It's despicable.
Well, I shall
I'm
leave you to it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And I continue my way back to the palace. And if I may be allowed to, like, star wipe, I bust into the room.
All right, we're going to the Scorpion's Cup.
Okay, that guard might be my new favorite character. Oh my gosh, that dude. He was both like super clever and like an idiot at the same time, and oh, so good. I love it.
So let's switch over to Felix. Felix, you have decided you were gonna go like do some exploring with your mouse cousins.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go try to find Big Louie again, and as I walk up to the library, I just hear the faint sounds of the saxophone just growing as I walk closer.
I love that you've created a new instrument for our world. You can now have proficiency in saxophone here on the Patchwork Planet.
Hell yeah.
I'll never be as good as Big Louie.
No one will.
Oh.
So yes, so you're heading over to Big Louie, who is Delight. And what are you gonna do?
Hey, cousin, it seems like there's more trouble we need to get into before we get out.
There's always more trouble.
I'm trying to cut back. I'm trying to get out of the trouble. Just, no matter how far I go, it just drags me back in.
Is it dames or dice?
You know, I wish it was so simple, cousin. This time,
Is it democracy? Because that can be a pickle and a half.
you know, speaking of which, we just set up democracy for this
I saw
island
it,
here.
I did.
You know, hopefully they can make something good of it. But no, that's not why I'm here. I'm here because we need information. Apparently, spies are about, and we need spies of our own.
Well, you know, I'd never. And he looks around like he's been with the air genasi long enough. He like looks around. He's like, well, I would never say anything about, you know, talking out of turn or talking about spies or anything like that. You see? You hear?
Oh, of course. We're upstanding gentlemen. Let's step somewhere where we can talk real casual like.
That's right. We're gonna talk real casual like you never even seen such a casual talk.
No, of course.
And he has set up in the corner, it looks like a giant hamster wheel that has like paper throughout it, so you can run in it and the paper crinkle will hide what you're saying. And this is where he holds most of his meetings.
I guess we'll just jog along in the hamster wheel.
Yeah. We're just getting some exercise, just some good, clean fun amongst friends over here.
Nothing like some training for breakfast. Yeah, that's what I always say.
That's right. What did you want to talk about?
Well, apparently there's been some sneaking going around without our know. And
what are you
that
talking
can't
about?
ever happen. Apparently, there's been a changeling sighting up in these parts of Jarsai.
Oh, you know, it's not the only one.
I'm sure.
No,
Tell me about it.
Listen here, there are definitely a couple of them. They've been wandering about the city, trying to get in good with the big boys. I don't know what's going on, but I did manage to find out a little something. The mother sent me. They sent me a little information, and I do love a good bit of ale, don't you? It's just fantastic. Best ale in the city.
Best ale. I'll have to have you buy me one.
Oh, surely, I surely will.
That's for sure.
The mothers, they haven't heard anything. Not a damn peep. Not from anybody that we sent over to kill Nasi's court before we realized that our great-grandma had come over and killed everyone. But one of them did manage to escape. What?
That's news to me.
It's news to everybody. I haven't even got a chance to send a bird. Not even a chance.
Wow.
It's been insanity over here.
That's just ludicrous, I say. Ludicrous.
It is. It's insanity, I tell ya. Now, he's gonna hitch a ride up here, but it's gonna be with the water genasi. So expect to see him. I haven't gotten to really chat with him at all. He did manage to send a little message along with another one of our cousins. But I won't get to see him until the water genasi show up. But when they do, I bet he's got a pretty story to tell, don't you? And the breakfast here is amazing. You have to come by.
The omelets are always light and airy.
That's right. They're known for the light and airy omelets.
Yes.
They're
famous
amazing.
for them, I say. Famous. So I get in real close and I whisper, okay, I trust you to keep tabs on all of their dealings, these earth and water genasi. Apparently they may be up to something. So if you hear or even get a whiff of anything going awry, you tell me, all right?
Oh, there's plenty going awry. Let me tell you what's been going down with these other genasi. So it turns out the earth genasi have kept on trading with Kilnasi. They're actually trading genasi.
You say there's a sale on potions of healing? Wow, I'll have to go buy some.
I do, but I heard about what you did down at the apothecary shop, down at the potion shop, and they won't let you in there. So I suppose if you give me a whole bunch of money, I can go over there and get you some healing potions and maybe even repair your reputation a little bit.
Oh, that'd be a great idea. I just hand him like a small bag of gold.
Like, this should be just plenty. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
They've been selling the other genasi. It's one of the reasons that they've been able to cut off the trade routes.
Well, that's just the worst thing I've heard in a while. I mean,
It's pretty
how could
disgusting.
their
They're
own
selling
people.
their own
I mean,
kind over to Kilnasi so that she can turn them into monsters.
that just grinds my gears something fierce, Louis. I'll have to do something about that.
Oh yes.
Can you give me a plan of their trade routes? Maybe I can do something with some of the higher ups. Get their trade routes stopped up.
I'll send it over to you. But understand the only way you're going to get that to stop is if all three other groups of Genasi actually put some pressure on them. They
Well,
know
we're
where
working
their
on it.
bread is buttered. They sure do.
All right, I'll do my best, and you always, Louis, you keep playing that saxophone, you amazing beauty.
Oh, I sure will. And you come back and hear me sometime when I'm playing.
It would be an honor. I just shake his hand like a really strong, firm handshake, and I just walk away to him playing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love
Like
it.
a single tear in my eye, you know?
Fabulous.
Color
Okay, yay.
saturation
And
once again.
we
going to the
are-
world.
Because we have, I think we've got our ads turned off, so I'm just going to do a cute little 30-second shout out if everybody can handle it. There is. So, can we throw up our giveaway again? We're doing the giveaway tomorrow for Phoenix Dice and for a fabulous book. In addition to that, we just got D&D Beyond on board here, and if you could throw up our link to D&D Beyond, if you want to buy anything like Fizz Bands or you want to buy the new Strixhaven that's coming out, use our link. And you can support them and support us at the same time. I love it. Makes me happy. Yay!
Yeah!
Now, what about the Bear Brothers? Have the Bear Brothers decided?
Didn't
What they
Crothon burst into where we were and be like, we're going to the Scorpion's Cup. So Gorf's like, that sounds like a perfect place for the Poison Brigade.
Oh my
You
god.
know what? It might actually be. Turns out that's where the seedier folk tend to hang about. Also, Earth Ganassi. So we might be able to see what exactly they're up to. And, if we're lucky, find where the hell this changeling is.
I'm game.
Gor turns to Granny and just says, Granny, I know some of the politics can be a little intimidating. If you'd be interested, I would love to sit with you and talk through some of the experiences I've gained as a diplomat to other communities, and maybe I could be helpful to you, and I would love to learn more about this social psychology you were talking
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's a new development in the science of interpersonal relationships. Mm-hmm.
What are those?
It's something your brother will know about.
I'll ask him later.
This episode, we're talking about
Learn good for me.
how people work together. The last episode we were talking about genetics. So
Yeah.
Yes.
How we do.
We
What
taught
a
the
roll here.
genie. We taught the genie
I
how the
watched-
birds and the
I watch
bees
way
work.
too much. Yeah, I watch way too much PBS on YouTube.
Oh, that's wonderful.
it shows,
Yes. So, if Goru, if you decide to stick with Granny, Granny will be able to get, if you spend 1 day with her, she will get advantage on all of her checks for diplomacy while she is dealing with things. And you will then also get advantage on any checks having to do with Jarsai in the future.
100% spend as much time with her as possible.
Fabulous. So day one, Day 1, Goru is spending with Granny. Gorf and Crow, why don't you tell me your experience as you enter the Scorpion's Cup?
Well, if we're gonna go there, we gotta go there in proper attire, hooded cloaks and all. We can't just show up there presenting your identities. That would be,
I need
uncouth.
a really
especially in
big
a statue.
cloak.
One of the things that you have seen with the Air Genasi is that a lot of them will carry different kind of accoutrements. It's typically going to be something like a lot of them will carry like bundles of herbs or things like that, so that wherever they go, they smell nice. But you also notice that they like hide their faces a little bit. So you could certainly do that if you didn't want to be recognized.
Basically, like a nice, good scarf kind of matches the current coloration of his kind of shawl that goes
Fabulous.
up his tusk. You can see the eyes, but not really the mouth and a little bit of the nose.
I love it. I love it.
Goes in there. He also has Kalata still summoned at his side.
So you can't bring Colada into the bar.
Can't bring
There-
Kalata
there is
Are you saying I can't bring my service animal into the bar?
there is a large Air Genasi standing at the doorway. He looks at you and without saying anything, he just sort of points at like a wooden structure that you can harness your drake to if you want.
Look over to Kalata, kind of get down on one knee. All right, don't leave you out here, but if anything goes sideways, anything at all, you're allowed to just kick up a storm. All right. Love you. Be back.
All right, Gorf, are you with him?
Yeah, yeah,
Check
and
that
he put his mace in the bag of holding because it's giant and it's really easy to see what it is.
It's really
So,
for those who do not know, Gorf's mace he found like ages ago now. It is actually a mace that was built for a giant.
Oh.
yeah,
So for him, it's a two-handed weapon for him, and it is also a mace of disruption that is now developing itself into a legendary artifact as he continues to use it. And every time he does 25 damage or more to one creature in a round, all the creatures within 5 feet of him get terrified for a round if they fail their save.
yeah.
So
It's nasty,
it's brutal.
especially against fiends and undead. They do not like
and
it.
if you have it out in general, there are now like stories being told about it. Now that Delver's Dream is on the map, like that, and like the Shadow Sword of Athul's, things like that. It's just like, okay, it's getting out into the world now. So as you enter this place, you see a lot of plants. Like the poorer people don't have like bundles of fresh herbs or anything. They've got like a big potted plant that they'll just carry around so they don't have to buy new ones. And so they all sort of sit with the plant sort of obscuring a little bit of their face. So like in the center of all the tables, there's sort of this sort of large conglomeration of plants so that everybody can sort of see each other a little bit, but they have to sort of poke and peek to see other people at other tables. What are you gonna do?
As we're entering the place, I'm just gonna give the clientele a once over, see if there are any earth we can all see milling about.
So it's honestly, it's hard to tell. You see, give me a perception check.
Come on.
Let's see.
Gorful.
13. I am landlocked in 13.
Gorf,
Gorf,
neither you nor Crow can really see. You're not used to Genasi, and so it's difficult for you to like see the sort of finer details because people are wearing like a lot of clothes. There's all these plants. You just can't really see what's happening with most of them. So do you want to go up to anybody? And no one right now, no one is really standing out in the crowd. Like everyone is working very hard not to stand out in a crowd.
Of course. Just go over to the bar. Have the bartender. Barkeep.
All right. So the barkeep is an Air Genasi, and he looks over at you, and he speaks a little louder than everyone else, but he's still an Air Genasi. So it's, yes, hi, welcome to my very fine establishment where there's nothing nefarious going on. What can I do for you?
Why
course
would
it would be.
Why would you say that?
To let people know that there's nothing nefarious going on. Why on earth? Why
It's a
else would I say this?
reassurance. It's a reassurance.
Yes.
Of course, there's nothing nefarious.
It absolutely
going
is.
on.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
No,
As
get it.
as people hear the word nefarious come out of
God.
Crow's mouth, because he's
whispering
not
to him.
whispering.
I was. I'm kind of.
Crow is an
saying-
orc with a
Oh.
very deep voice, and it carries
Oh boy.
across the bar. And so people they don't look at you, but they all sort of get their chair a little further away. Like you see a lot of potted plants sort of moving.
That's right, bitch.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, no, I said there's nothing. Would you like a drink? We've got some very nice wines that were procured very legally.
Of course. Any upstanding establishment would for quite a thing.
Of course.
The most legal of avenues.
Yes, very much so. And he goes and he gets two glasses of a wine that is sort of pink, but it might also be a little green. You're not really sure how that's even possible, but
Give it a whiff.
Yeah.
it smells like a beverage.
It's just kiwi strawberry, guys. What's wrong?
It's
Nice.
kiwi, strawberry,
Everybody likes
Thank-
kiwi strawberry
wine
wine.
with a
Yeah.
Capri Sun. Got Capri Sun in it.
Got a Capri Sun straw.
Everybody likes Capri Sun.
Everybody does.
Yes. So it's not going to hurt you.
No.
Well, thank you for following. Now he level
Oh, thank
3.
you.
So yes,
Just
what
aerate
can
it
I
a
do
bit.
for
Dwarf is
what can I
gonna
do for folks like you?
knock it back. That's
Well,
how he
I'm
drinks.
not sure.
He looks. If you're gonna knock it back, I'm gonna need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Oh boy.
It's gonna start right now. It's your first glass, so it starts at 12.
That's a
Can
crit.
you give me?
Yo,
All
Feel
right.
your belly.
That's right. Because you got a crit, you are going to be able to succeed on the next 2 Constitution saving throws without having to roll for them.
Awesome.
All right. So the bartender looks at you and he's just like, "Would you like another one?"
Was it good?
It was it. I don't want to tell any tales out of school,
Of course.
but that was terrible wine.
Okay. Gorf is glad that he knocked it back because the little bit he tasted as he did was not good. He's like,
No, it's like the back of your tongue is now coated in that taste, and you can literally feel it creeping forward in your mouth. It's not
I'll
not pleasant.
take a water.
And he looks at you and he's like, "We don't serve water here."
Yep.
She's like, "A
Okay.
beer?"
Yeah, beer. That sounds great.
He goes over to apparently they only open one keg at a time. This one looks like it's a keg actually from Valencia.
Oh, thank God.
So he cracks it open. He pours you a heavy draft.
And Gorf is just gonna chug that. Just get all the taste out. Did it work?
Fabulous.
How good is this
gargle
one?
it.
It's better. So this is good Valencian wine because you have so much farmland. There's a whole section where you grow hops, and so it's like a
Awesome.
little citrusy. It's a little, it's a little hoppy. It's it's a nice.
It reminds me of home.
I guess in this in this situation, it would be a BPA instead of an IPA. It's a Valencian Pale Ale.
Ooh.
There you go.
So we now have Valencian Pale Ale in the world. Delightful. There's
Did you get
gonna
rid,
have to set
did
up
you
a
get, did you get
brewery
rid of the
on the
taste?
mountain.
Did it work?
Some of it. Some of it. There's probably gonna take another 20 years.
Another.
All right, he gives you another.
Just
This year
We're
like,
really
just
filling up a tab here.
third one. He's like,
fabulous. Which
Right.
and he just now you can see like you can see, you don't even need an insight check. You can just see like money signs sort of flashing in his eyes, and he's like, another one.
that's good for right now.
All right. Oh, there's you. Are you sipping on your delightful wine?
Yeah, I'm just kind of like fighting through the flavor.
Well, you can't tell the difference because you have never really experienced,
high
like
class one.
yeah, like it's
I'm
just
enjoying
you
it.
don't. It's you
Yeah.
can tell there's alcohol in it. That's essentially
Because Gorf and Goru are technically nobles, so we had
Oh
some.
yeah,
Yeah.
you've
We
been
come
around
from a
good
place
shit.
of privilege.
You come from
Loyalty.
money. This is just a massive dichotomy too. We have former slave versus noble.
Yeah.
I love it. There is yes. So, as you're going through this, you see all kinds of fun stuff. You see, you're starting now that people see you drinking. They're sort of like peeking out to see what's going on with you because you're different. Like they don't
Yeah.
see a lot of orcs here or a lot of bear folk. So this is a little different for them. So, one of them sort of peeks their head out, and you can see that they've got like redder skin or darker, ashier skin than the rest, like a grayish sort of skin, as opposed to the air genasi that have like very pale but like little like sort of blue highlights in their skin. And you recognize that it's a fire genasi.
They're like come closer, or I just spotted them at their own little.
You just spotted them at their own table. They're just sort of peeking out to see what's going on over there.
Gorf's gonna whisper across here, what are we hoping to accomplish here? I just kind of went with it. I don't really know what we're doing.
Crow's going to attempt to whisper back. Just here to scope out the area, see what comes, see what goes.
All right.
Okay, got it.
I'm actually gonna need you to give me a stealth check because everybody's used to listening to whispers in this section of the city.
Yeah.
So if I could have
That's
yes,
a 24.
Nobody over here. So
Yes.
you're good. You're fine. But now you start seeing other people sort of peeking out from their tables, trying to overhear what's happening, while very studiously sort of like wiping dust off the leaves of their plants.
Does Gorf see this?
Yes.
Okay.
There is Gorp. Gorp, you've been in the town a couple days now. You absolutely recognize, what's happening now.
Gorf's
You can
gonna
see
whisper
them.
louder, be like, this beer is really good. You should try some.
Yeah,
and
so
there-
okay, it's from Valencia, right? Valencia now? Oh.
Yeah, it's real good.
They're like,
I'll take 2 glasses.
what's going
2
on?
glasses, jeez.
Oh, all right. Okay, so he pours you some, and he sort of taps. He just taps his finger on the bar, and you realize that he's waiting for payment. Now,
Gorf has it, and I'm gonna take the 2 glasses. I'm gonna take one over to the fire genasi.
Gorf's
Oh.
gonna reach in and
okay. But as you start crossing to his table, the fire genasi actually gets up.
runs away.
He heard you say, Gorf's got it. And he's
Oh,
going to
no!
come over.
Gorf, you're gonna get robbed!
He's going to come over to Gorf, and he's just going to be like, you're new to town, aren't ya? And he's going to, like, pat you on the back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to need you to give me a perception check. Crow, you can give me a perception check too, but yours is going to be a disadvantage.
All right, not a problem. Not a problem. Not a
Come
dang.
on.
Oh,
Dwarfs-
dang. I got a
dwarfs
plus
get around
8. It's
Okay.
a 12.
Oh,
Dang it.
14.
Yeah. So neither one of you
Yep.
notice what's going on there.
Use your
He's just-
advantage. I'm telling you.
he's talking.
I'll
to
use
you.
my +2.
All right. How much did you have?
16.
A 14.
No, yes, no,
Sorry.
16.
Gorf,
No,
Oh.
no, no.
Sorry. Still not
Gorf
good
has
enough.
got advantage.
All right, Gorf, you may use your advantage on this.
Hell yeah.
There's 8 plus 2s left.
8 plus
If
2.
you want to, okay.
That's a 23.
So, as he is talking, you suddenly feel at your hip. Your hip is a little lighter.
Uh-oh.
So I noticed it after the fact?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very quick. Yes.
Dude.
You still here talking about
Are you gonna
or is
do
he
anything? Yeah,
on
he's
his
absolutely
way?
talking. He's like, I love Valencia. I've been so many times. Do they still serve the and he sort of looks like, you can tell, like he's sort of looking at the barrel. That fantastic BPA that they make over there.
Yeah, I have one right here. I'll take
Oh, well,
another.
that's-
I'll take another barkeep, and he's gonna get it and pass it over to him. He knows he has it, but he's
Fantastic.
trying to figure out how to get it without just beating the shit out of him.
You can give me like an investigation check
Okay,
if you want.
because that's normally how Gorf would do it, but
Crow's out above.
He's at a forward
mugging a man.
spot. Oh, I just did
Yeah,
intelligence. I think
you
it's the
no
same.
longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you no longer see your bag. He has secreted it while you were getting that beer. That beer for him. He tucked it somewhere on his person. So
boy.
whatever was in that bag, he now has.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull an insight check on this guy. See if I can't figure out what he's about. Might not be swift enough to catch him.
Sure. Give me some insight.
Uh,
Let's see. Let's see what's
Alright.
going on here.
Correct!
Damn! Damn.
Nice.
Okay,
You
you've
know
been
he's
in
a
the
thief.
city long enough that you understand that this is just how Fire Genasi are. They literally are used to stealing from everyone around them, and everybody knows that that's what's going on with Fire Genasi, which is why nobody keeps their money. And like, you look around the room and you realize no one has a pouch on their belt. Like,
Just-
everyone's pouch is like tucked inside their jackets or pants or somewhere. You know.
Hand on shoulder. Friend.
Uh-huh. Sure am.
We're amicable here. I do think it would be best advised if you returned my friend's belongings.
How dare you accuse me? And you remember that you cannot accuse Fire Genasi of stealing. It is like the most, even though they all do it all the time.
Of course
it's the
not. I
most
must have
offensive
dropped
thing.
it, and you're just
You
holding it.
apologize, right? No, I would never. How dare you? And you see all of his friends who are Fire Genasi hop up from their table and walk over to you. You, sir, you apologize to our friend, and you may each give me a perception check.
We're about to get like group robbed.
Yeah, you guys are getting mugged. So.
That's another
Okay.
crit.
At what point does violence become okay?
Whenever you want to do some violence, it's totally it's your
25!
character. It's your character. Both
course.
of you watch as like your purse comes out from the one Fire Genasi. They just start passing it between each other as they're sort of shuffling themselves around.
Can I try to
yelling at both of you?
grab it?
You can try to grab it. Give me a dexterity check.
Just a straight dexterity.
Well, first give me an investigation check to see if you know which one has it right now.
That's a
So
2.
you know the
Oh.
first guy. You saw the purse get passed back to the first guy. Now give me an investigation check on the first guy.
Not a perception.
Nope, investigation. There's you. You have no idea where it is, so you have no idea where to grab.
None of these guys are
You
leaving
just
the
you're
bar.
like looking. You're like, Lords. Oh God, there isn't. So now that all of them have sort of shuffled themselves around and very loudly proclaimed their innocence and how you, sir, are you. I'm absolutely taking this from this one. I will absolutely take from Dead Aussie Gamer because we talked about it earlier. You, sir, are a brute. And they start walking out of the bar.
Can be.
We don't have to. We don't have to put up with this.
Okay, I apologize. Let me buy you guys some drinks.
No, thank you, sir. And they just keep walking out.
Yeah, we're gonna follow them.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
we're not gonna give my purse.
As Gorf begins to like follow, Crow's just gonna like put a hand to his shoulder, just like, that's not what we're here. It's just gold.
And guess what begins? Narrative combat.
Like, put a hand on Gorf, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wait,
I
you
look-
put your hand
Yeah.
on Gore?
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's not
Oh.
over here.
Fine, I won't get excited about that then. All right.
Yeah.
Put your hand on Gore. So what? So who cares even? Oh my God. Fine. So you put your hand on Gore. All right. And
It's not
what's
over
next?
here.
Convince
Just
me
go.
not to beat the shit out of all 5 of them.
How much? What was in your pouch? Because that would have been all your money. Because you've never told me that you stored your money anywhere except your pouch.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I feel like
How much?
I have
much
never
more
said
we
it, but that'd be really stupid because I have a ton
Right.
of money. I'd
Yeah,
say
you do.
like
In your pouch.
How much gold are we
Well,
talking? before we
okay.
start?
it wouldn't even be
lot.
practical to hold all the gold that Gorf has in one pouch. It wouldn't even be possible.
How much is it?
He's
1,000.
got 65 platinum, 800 gold, 461 silver, and 400.
So that's still only going to be a couple hundred platinum. Yeah. So we can convert it to platinum in general. But it's one of those things where it's like you've always had your gold on your pouch. It's never been anywhere else. We've never heard about you storing anywhere else. So so now they have your pouch with all of your money.
Yeah, that's
How
that's,
much?
That's
How
not
much
gonna
gold
work for
are we
me.
talking?
It's all of it. It's
What?
not gonna work for me.
I just let him. I let the man go.
All right.
We'll be back. Let's
Gorf is gonna step out of the thing and pull his mace out of the bag of holding. Be like, hold on, fellas, we're not done talking.
All right, stop time. Stop time. As soon as the mace appears, suddenly everyone on the street just stops. They sort of look around at each other, and you just see, like, the silence is palpable, and because there is suddenly no sound on the street, every window pops open. And all of them are like, what's happening? What's going on over here? What's going It's that mace I heard about. Oh my God, that's that mace. That's Gorf. That's the guy from the mine. Oh my God. And you hear all these whispers starting all around you, while the 4 fire genasi sort of look back at you and immediately start to run.
Alright. Gorf's gonna chase him.
Come
He's
on,
not gonna get
Kalora.
away.
I just whistle. Immediately start taking off with him.
All right, fine. And now we get to narrative combat.
Do we have any sort of map for reference?
Nope.
Alright,
All right.
There is so
fair enough.
So the genasi, because they started running immediately, are about 60 feet ahead of you. First, I want you to roll me a little bit of initiative, if you don't mind.
Fair
Of
enough.
course.
Yay!
Myself and the
And
token on
you will
this.
have 60 seconds to tell me what happens on your turn. Remember, in narrative combat, your character sheet is just the base of what you can do. You can bend the rules. You cannot, I will stop you from breaking the rules, but you can bend them. You can do very interesting things in narrative combat as long as they're fabulous.
I have a
No.
bit of a question.
Yes.
In the middle of any of this, while Felix is going home, does he happen to stumble upon any ruckus or fire genasi running?
You're in a different section of the city.
Okay.
Is it possible to right before like take a
Oh,
quick
you both got 20s.
a quick bio break?
Yes,
Is it
we
possible?
can. There is, while you are taking a bio break, everybody, please go check
be
out our
right back.
sponsors. Well,
Oh.
we're Lando.
Yep.
Thank you. We're gonna put up a card.
Gotcha.
But while we are away, we will be back in about 5 minutes. While we are away, please go check out our fabulous sponsors. Please go check out our Ko-fi page. If you donate to Ko-fi, there are also fabulous things that can happen depending on the size of said donation. So I will be asking for an environmental effect decision from Era Genasi for
You're on deck,
this
Genasi.
fabulous things. I will
ready.
see you in just a moment, everybody. Stick around.
All right.
Welcome back,
Oh.
everybody!
I did the wrong one.
Yay!
This is Hunter's Harvest.
Oh
Oops.
no! Pull it together, please.
There we go.
What is happening?
Welcome back to Hunter's
Sure.
Harvest.
There we go.
Oh,
There's
oops.
the right one. I love it.
It just works, guys. It just
When
works.
we left our fabulous characters, one of them had just been robbed. Robbed, I tell you. And now we are beginning our narrative combat on the streets of the Air Genasi section of Drasai. So, Air Genasi, I am going to need you to choose now your environmental effect. Is it going to be cobblestones, passers-by,
No.
or shop owners, right? Or
No
Dungeons
is
and
always an
Dragons.
option.
Yes, so shop owners, cobbles, or passers-by. You let me know which one, and we
want
shall
to tempt it
begin.
with a Kraken. I mean, that's
Yeah,
cool.
Sky Kraken.
Kraken.
Kraken that just felt like it rented a hang glider just like everybody else.
right. Yeah,
Listen,
And
it's
came up.
discriminate.
it
The
pays
Kraken's
taxes,
allowed to
okay?
be here. All right. Don't be racist against the Krakens. All right. There
That's
is
messed
so yeah.
up.
All right, passers-by, and here we go. You have started running after them, Gorf. You currently have unsheathed your huge mace and are running through the city. As right behind you, Crothon has begun running with his lightning drake. Why don't you tell me, Gorf, what do you do?
How far ahead of them are we?
They're 60 feet
60
ahead of
feet.
you.
Okay. Gorf is going to run as fast as he can, dash, cast jump, and jump in the middle of them, taking his mace and smashing it down in the middle of the street, creating a
All right.
shockwave.
So you don't quite
Oh,
catch
okay,
up to them.
okay.
But because they are still running at the same time, but the shockwave that you create definitely forces them to stumble. Unfortunately, it also shatters the cobblestones in front of you, creating a little bit of difficult terrain for both you and Crow as he moves past it. Now, anything else that you are doing?
I can do more?
Can you?
Yeah, well, I feel like that's a good turn. That makes sense.
Fantastic. Crow, what do? You have just watched your companion somehow leap 30 full feet and land with a huge crash, spraying cobblestones.
Well, I
shattering
dashed. I don't know
both-
if that matters, but yeah.
Well,
anyway.
you cast jump, right?
Oh, never mind. Yep. 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. He shatters the cobblestones at his feet, spraying detritus in all directions, breaking some of the shop windows around him. What do you do?
Seeing all the debris and everything going in all directions, immediately cast Zephyr Strike on myself and Kalata, as both of us, with the speed of an air Ganassi, dodge the debris as we are making a beeline towards those at the center of the fire Ganassi that are making their way out. And
Fabulous. You, as you are aiming, how fast can you go?
oh, with that, I have a movement speed of 60 feet.
Fabulous. You end, so your movement ends right before the difficult terrain that Gorf created. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
How far away am I from any of the Ganassi at this point?
Because they are still running at the same speed as you, because they are all dashing, and they've got 30,
Yeah, they're
30
still 60
feet
feet
of
away from us.
movement. They are, yes, they're still ahead of you. There is,
Then I'm
What's
going to look ahead of them to see if
well,
there's
they're
anything.
they're not quite 60 feet ahead of you. They're probably like 45 feet ahead of you because you came first in the initiative order. So, yes.
I want to see if there's anything that's ahead of them that if I were to cast Lightning Lure and rip a part of it, it would crash down in front of them.
What is the range of lightning lure?
Ooh, let's find out.
I believe it's only 15 feet.
That's what
It's
I think
15.
too. Yeah.
If you can give me an amazing idea of why your lightning lure would go that much further.
I'm going to, in a combination of
TikTok?
grabbing onto Kelata and channeling her own lightning through me, and try to sync up with the heart of the scar. Launch out a strike of lightning that, at the end of it, kind of, instead of looking like a strike, mimics much like the 5 fingers of a hand, and grab onto it, and like a lasso, rip back and try and cause it to fall.
As this time, because you combined all 3 of these things, only this time.
Thank you for your graciousness.
You try to cast lightning lure because you are still connected through the spell to her, through the spell that you cast last round. You accidentally cast lightning lure through your lightning drake, and as it is amplified by your new touchstone, you are dragged 60 feet over to the roof of this building, as she is now prancing about the roof, having a delightful time getting to be lightning. So that's where you will start the next round. As this round continues, the 4 fire genasi are running, but because of the environmental effect of passers-by, many people have started pouring out into the street to see what exactly is going on, and their movement speed is now halved as they are trying to get through a crowd. So, Gorf, tell me what the hell is going on now. You have just shattered the street in front of you. What are you gonna do?
Gorf is gonna run. How far away are they now?
About 45 feet.
45 feet. Okay. He's going to dash to catch up with them. And
Fabulous.
as he gets to the guy that's tailing, he's gonna clobber him in the back of the head, and then
Murder. Okay.
Well, hold on.
Sorry,
hold
not with
on,
the mace.
hold
Not with the
everything.
mace.
No,
With
stop
fist.
talking. Stop talking. Stop talking. I will remind everybody. You can use non-lethal damage if you would like.
Yeah. I was gonna say unarmed strike, non-lethal damage. It does automatically does 6. So I don't know if that gives you a good.
I would like you
Gauge.
to actually tell me the story.
Okay.
Of
Yeah.
what's happening
Okay.
here, not give me the mechanics.
Fair enough. All right. So he's gonna clobber the dude in the back of the head. He's gonna scoot and skid forward. Goof's gonna grab him by his shirt, pick him up, open his bag of holding, and throw the dude in the bag of holding, and keep running after the next guy.
Oh my god.
How much stuff is in your bag of holding?
A lot.
Not a lot. I mean, not a ton. Like a normal amount.
Oh god.
Okay, there is now a person in your bag of holding. Everyone around you is suddenly screaming at the top of their lungs as they see this giant bear, literally, because from their perspective, it literally looks like you just ate him. So all they saw was you pick up a guy,
These guys are
go
not
like
getting
this,
away.
and then he disappears.
Just swallowed him whole like a snake.
So, as the sort of other ones look back and see this happen, suddenly they are like crying and screaming, and they dash in 3 different directions. All right, so
Son of a bitch.
now tell me, Crow, what happens? Which one of them are you chasing after?
Oh boy. I ended my last turn on the roof, right?
Thank you, Danielle.
Yes, you are on the roof, right? You can, because you're on the roof, you can see where all 3 of them, they've just split. They're all
They
going.
split? Oh!
Yeah, there's 3 of them going in different directions right now.
Well, I'm gonna go to the one nearest to, like, that ran down the alleyway nearest to mine. I'm just gonna leap down off of the roof, kind of go to the other wall to, like, aid my descent, land in front of them, and then as I do, just bring my hands together, and as I finish off with a clap, the spectral form of an ethereal dragon head shows up behind me and lets out a roar as I cast Thunder Wave to send them back into the main road near Gorf.
So as you bounce off different buildings to get your Drake down in front of this guy, the crowd that is mostly in the street and not the alley right now just watches as one of the fire genasi comes flying out of this path and bowls over several of the pedestrians that are now in the street. Many of them are now screaming and running themselves, creating total chaos. But this one is knocked out cold. All right. The other two fire genasi, going in opposite directions of each other, continue to run. Gorf, what are you gonna do?
Gorf's just gonna take the lead one and just chase him down. So whoever went, I'm assuming.
So
Yeah.
hold on. So, Core, you took care of the one that was heading to the right. There is one going forward. There's one going left.
Yes.
Which one are you going to
Gorf's
go after?
go for the one, because he wouldn't know what Crow's doing because he's so concentrated. So he's gonna go for the one that's just in front of him. He's kind of got tunnel vision. He'll let the other one go. So
what are you doing?
How far away is that guy?
He is a certain distance. Why don't you tell me what's going on?
Okay, so Gorf is gonna run and try to jump, cast jump again, and jump in front of him to slow him down.
All right, fabulous. I'm gonna need you to describe that to me. How you get there around this crowd of people that's now running and screaming.
Gorf is gonna run and then like do this like takeoff motion and just leap like 30 feet in the air, roaring, "Stop!" and just crash right in front of him and like slide as he turns back to the guy and says, "Give it back."
So what I'm going to say is that in order to determine, like, because it's difficult for you to see sort of what was in the crowd. In order for you to determine that, you would have jumped to one side to a building to give yourself a better view and then bounced down in front of him.
That's great.
And as you did that, you started talking. And because you decided to talk instead of taking action there, he literally grabs some sand, throws it into your mouth, and slips right between your legs and keeps running. Now, Crow, what are you going to do?
As I get back to the main road, look down the left
sorry.
alleyway, and see him continue. See the last one continue on. I whistle for Kilata, "Sick 'em!" and I send her at the speed of a lightning drake, just bolting towards him, aiming for his ankles.
You see as your Drake starts passing through the crowd, you watch as like everybody's hair just starts standing up on end from the static electricity. And it whips through the crowd, sort of knocking people aside with its tail. Everyone is screaming even more. They don't know what's happening. Oh my God. They just keep running. This one that you have seen has been stopped by another section of the crowd who was trying to run away and then saw the lightning drake and is now confused and is running back and forth in front of him. The lightning drake does manage to catch up to him. Tell me, what does the lightning drake do?
She opens her jaw, which this is not probably the first time that she's actually done so with the desire to attack something. And so you see that as she does so with kind of the crack of lightning, and it unhinges, and like the sides of her mouth where like the scales are kind of cracks, and lightning kind of disrupts and conjoins the two as he bites down and sends a bolt of electricity all throughout his body, starting at the left ankle.
Okay, is the Drake a physical being? Would it actually consume this person?
Yes, I'm gonna just hope that she doesn't.
Oh, we're killing people. Okay.
I'm gonna hope that she does not.
If
I
you
said-
just did,
we
if you just
escalating?
did lightning damage, lightning damage, these
Commoners.
are commoners.
So yeah, yep.
So you just did lightning damage. What
yeah.
you see is as she like strikes at this guy, you watch as this burst of electricity comes out of him. He just starts shaking and then falls to the ground, totally motionless, with smoke coming out of his chest. There's now the other the other fire genasi, the last one, has slipped through Gorf's grasp and continues to run. He whips down a side alley, and you lose track of him. Gorf, what are you gonna do?
He's gonna chase after the same direction and see if he can pick up his trail.
All right. As you turn, you see an alleyway full of carts and crates and no sign of this fire genasi. What are you gonna do?
I thought he was like no sign for the crates. I was like, what?
None of the crates are marked.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's a weird detail.
All the crates have Valencian tail.
None of the crates say fire genasi in here on them. So you are going to have to discover what is going on.
Gorf is gonna jump again and do like a Mario thing and like bounce off the sides of the wall up to the roof and see if he can spot him from the roof.
Shouting, parkour!
Yeah, parkour!
Get your parkour! Yes, as you bounce up to the top, you can see him down below, hiding behind one of the carts. And now it is once again Crow's turn. Crow, a whole crowd has just witnessed your dragon kill someone in the middle of the street, and they are now screaming even louder. What are you gonna do?
Slight oversight. I walk over, make my way over to the smoldering body. Don't worry, it's all right. He'll be fine. I collect the genasi.
He's just sleeping.
He's gone to a special farm.
And I start heading over to where I last saw Gorf.
All right, you would have seen him turn the alley, but you can't quite get there in this round. The fire genasi is still hiding behind the crate, sort of behind the cart, like looking, like sort of peeking over, seeing if he can see anyone following him. Gorf, what are you gonna do?
So he's in the alley that I'm above, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna drop down behind him stealthily.
You cannot drop
Stealth
down
bear.
from 20 feet without any sound here. Like that's not. I'm sorry. We're not breaking the laws of physics here. Like
I'm a gloomstalker. I wanted to
Yeah.
And then
you
say,
are a
"I'm
giant
Batman."
bear carrying a giant mace, and you are jumping 20 feet down. Tell me what that looks like.
All right, so he's gonna do it and drop down, and he's gonna take the butt of his mace and just pop him in the back of the head as lightly as he can,
I'm going to give you an opportunity to
non-lethally.
give. Thank you, because that would have gone right through the back of his.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Nope,
yeah.
it's not lightly. This is a very specific thing.
Okay, I will say yes. Yes, I will say non-lethally. Yes.
All right, fabulous. He is just instantly knocked out as this big bear just goes whomp.
Perfect. All right.
on the back
Gorf
of his
is
head.
gonna pull out a rope, tie his hands, put him in the alley, grab the other guy out of the bag of holding, tie his hands, and throw them both in there. And he's just gonna.
The guy from the bag of holding is still conscious, and he is now screaming at the top of his lungs, which is now drawing more of a crowd. Tell me, Crow, what are you gonna do? There's a dead body and an unconscious body, like right near this intersection.
Just gonna pick up the unconscious man. Start heading towards the alleyway that I saw Gorf go down.
Okay, so dead body just in the street. Okay.
No,
Good
I
job.
have both of them.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Fabulous. So you head towards the alley. You see Gorf. You hear somebody screaming, and you hear Gorf
Gorf,
down there.
you down there?
Yeah.
We have an unconscious body and a problem.
Oh my.
We have lots of problems. Let's deal with the first one first.
All right. You have 2 unconscious bodies, 1 screaming body, and 1 dead body lined up against the wall. Tell me. We have ended narrative combat. Thank you very much for an amazing chase.
Good God.
Tell me, what are you going to do with these people lined up against the alley wall?
Ooh,
So only one of them is conscious, and he's screaming.
Yes. He has just been...
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that
the
it's
back
wrong
of
that
his
he's
head.
screaming. He 100% deserves everything he got, but you know, maybe not the dead guy, but you know.
Right. Maybe that was maybe a bit
Maybe that was a little bit much.
Like 1,200 gold for your life.
Oh my god. So yes, what are you doing? What's going on here?
Gorsu like, shut up.
I don't think it's gonna matter, but he's gonna try anyway.
Brilliant dialogue.
Oh.
Yes,
Gorf
Gorf.
isn't the best
Eloquent
of
as
people.
ever.
This is in character. This is perfect.
Perfect. Yes, it's absolutely correct. This is absolutely correct. So yes, Gorf, what are you going to do? He is not shutting up. He is terrified. He has essentially lost control.
I'm just gonna look over at Gorf, just kind of.
Yeah, Gorsh is gonna take his hand and just kind of like do like the classic cartoon, just like like the Andre the Giant in Princess Bride, just bonk, and non-lethally,
Thank you.
yeah, bonk him on the head.
He does not, in fact, crush his spine into the dirt accidentally. Good. We're learning.
So we have
sure
3
are.
unconscious people and a body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So got a little excited.
Before we do anything else, we're gonna rifle through their pockets and just get the gold back.
All right. First give me an investigation check. There's both of you. Or one of you can give the other one
I will help
advantage.
you because I am garbage,
Not a problem. I will do this with advantage.
Mr.
All
Wizard.
right, let's do it. Let's see. With
17.
a 17. All right. What you find in there, you easily find Gorf's money purse. It is actually on the dead man.
You drew the shortest straw.
He did. He did, apparently.
He did. Which one was the original guy?
We're not murder hobos.
Yeah.
We're
But Kalada's
not.
very young and very
Promise.
excited.
Which one was the original guy?
The original guy was the one screaming.
Okay.
Yeah, the one you put into the bag of holding.
So good.
The
I didn't wanna
horrors
lose
that
him.
exist
I didn't
in
wanna lose
Gorf's
him.
bag of holding.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, there's.
Want to add a dead body in there?
There's a lot of weapons.
As you, oh god,
At
as
least we don't
you.
still have the blood horror. That'd be crazy.
Oh my god, that's right. I forgot about that. I've got to write that up. There's the
Please
world
don't.
destroying blood horror.
Yeah.
So, Gorf, you stand back as and sort of point. Oh, I think I see some metal over there.
I hear a
as
bag.
Grothon is rifling through the corpses. It takes a minute or two, and there are now definitely people around you. Bro, you see, you find several other money bags. Are you gonna grab them?
That feels a bit uncouth.
Lead them. We're not
Yeah.
thieves.
What?
We're just regaining what we lost.
Certainly. You also see
Felix is like,
a
"Ah!" just
Felix,
like,
another
like
round.
he just like sneezes like 6 or 7 times because
Yeah,
we're
it's
not
like-
stealing from these guys.
right there's and you do see a very, very fabulous looking ring on one of them.
Look at the ring.
What would you like to look at about it?
Can you identify it?
Yeah, that's what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
Cast identify.
Awesome.
As a spell or as a ritual?
As a spell, I like to do this as quickly as possible.
Get this done and get out. It is
Yeah.
a ring of protection.
That did not do you well.
No, it did not.
Didn't make a damn lick of difference.
Just kind of collateral.
We'll take that.
Oh, right.
Gorf's gonna look around at the gas people.
Where's the nearest inn?
All of them just sort of like being directly addressed by the people that just killed someone, and they still think you ate someone. Like they are convinced that you ate someone, and then a Drake came out.
He has
and
no
killed
idea that
someone
they
else.
think he ate someone, so he's not gonna address it
Nope.
because he doesn't know.
They all literally, like, as soon as you open your mouth, they all just stare at you and just run screaming away. Like they're like, just alley empties out for you.
Whatever. Alright, let's go find an inn.
Gorf's gonna like pick the
You can't just
unconscious
give
guys up.
What do we do with the corpse?
Good question. These are good questions.
Take it.
Oh my god.
Walk through the town with the.
Are you?
They're already
you're
unconscious
carrying
bodies.
Can't walk into an inn with a corpse though.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
actually, Chamber, like, grab one of these carts.
Oh,
Oh
you know
my
what?
God.
Excellent idea.
Oh my god.
You load it in.
We load him in the car, and
kind
yeah. Bring out your dead!
over him.
Bring out your dead!
And that was the last time
I'm not
Gorf and
dead.
Crow went on a mission together.
God,
This is great.
why?
Gorf has no finesse. This
Mm.
is their fault.
All right. So you
They
are
caused
you have a cart full of what look like dead bodies.
I pull up a tarp over it, just like
Okay.
to hide.
Yeah,
the
we
content.
we're not willing to steal gold, but we'll steal a cart. We'll steal a tarp from the alley.
We're using it for painting.
Oh my god.
Completely
Stop
natural. No one needs to worry about what's in our wagon.
Oh my.
You're doing the same thing the shopkeeper said. You're dead.
I would like a perception check from both of you.
Oh boy.
A 29, 27 to 26. You've been in this area for a while. You totally understand how the Air Genasi work. And as you are passing through the crowd, you hear all of the whispers. And they're whispering things like, no, the new president. They were at the party. They're guests of the new president. Oh my god, do you think the president sent them after the fire Genasi? Oh my gosh. It is. And suddenly you start hearing the term the Iron Fist of the Gnome. It's the Iron Fist. And this new moniker for the new president starts heading up towards the palace.
It's okay.
Would it be better if
It's fine.
we-
The fire genasi person's in our pocket. He can't do shit.
You know what? You're right.
Oh my
I didn't know that, but you're right.
Seriously.
I don't actually
So
know if I
now
knew
the
that either.
because they are not used to seeing bear folk, anytime you or Goru show up any place, everyone's going to give you a very wide berth now. And anytime they see an orc, the same thing is going to happen. So there you are. Where are you heading with this?
An inn.
This very well disguised.
We have. Wait,
of
as we start
people.
heading towards an inn, I was gonna. We sure you wanna? We have a palace full of rooms. I feel like it'd be a little bit more discreet than just dumping several unconscious, but we've already made a
No,
scene.
no, I have a plan. We're not taking him to the palace. That'll just make it even more palacey business thingy, whatever. I
At
don't
this
know.
point, Felix, you have heard quite a commotion.
Thank God.
Fix
I
it,
find
Felix!
I find them and I just look at them both and I'm like, Gorf, did you actually eat someone?
I could have and I should have, but I didn't. I put him in my bag of holding. I can't even open up my jaw that big. People are stupid.
No, yeah, it's ridiculous. Okay. I'll call Big
They
Louie.
stole my money.
I already
All
owe him
of
like
it.
3 favors, but it's fine. It's fine. We're rich. Dang. I'm getting real tired of cleaning up these messes, but someone has to.
No
you know?
one steals from me.
That's
That's
right.
literally their culture, Gorf. That is literally.
Well, I'm
their
railing against their culture.
And then you steal from them, and then it's a little game.
We didn't steal anything from them, and it's not a game.
That's how they work, Gorf.
Well, if it's a game, then we won and we finished it.
Felix is
God.
just
They
weeping.
suck at
Felix
playing
is
this
just
game.
quietly weeping and laughing at the same time.
Oh my God.
I feel like
I'm mad I had to
need-
beat
I
the
need
shit
to
out of
know
these
where the
people.
where are the bodies going? I need to know that thing.
Well, Gorf was gonna take him to an inn, but
Felix is
maybe
going
Felix
to
can
grab
convince them to do
some
something else.
mice folk to disappear them.
Oh my God.
they're not all
Okay,
dead.
okay. To
Louis-
be clear,
Louis
Gorf's plan.
Louis has accompanied you to this. He heard the commotion too. It's his job to know what's going on in town. So he is there with you, and he's like, "I'll take care of it. All right, but you're gonna owe me a favor and a big one. This is gonna be real difficult to do."
What are you gonna do with them?
He's like,
You
"That'll
don't
be
want
none
to
of your
know.
never mind, will it? That's just none of your howdy do." And he grabs the cart, and you notice him like press a gem on his wrist, and suddenly he just picks up the whole cart and just starts dragging it, like it doesn't weigh anything.
Well, that's really
And
cool.
he heads over to one of the docks, and you watch as he literally just dumps them over the side.
The alive
And
ones?
then
All of them.
They're not no more.
you told him to disappear all the
No,
bodies.
I never said that.
So I go
That's
up
what
to him and I
Felix said.
say, "Thanks, cousin. Here's I give him a note, and I
That was the
dictate a
favor.
signet
He
ring.
goes over like 30 feet and just throws him off the side.
Yes.
Any,
Yeah, that was it.
any dude could have done that.
Yes.
And
That's what he does.
prestidigitate a signet ring, and I stamp the note, and I hand it to him, and I say, "Faldon's in our pocket, all right? If you need anything, and
I
I'm not in
wasted
town."
so much time not just
Listen, Gorf.
fucking killing them.
Listen, Gorf. This is all. I'd like you to take some responsibility for the situation. Okay, they're dead
Oh
now.
my.
These people are dead now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's it.
I was gonna take them to an inn and pay for them for a
That's not how
month.
it works. Literally, rumors spread like the wind here. Everybody knows you did it. They're gone. That's the end. We have to move on now.
Big Louie walks back over and he's like, "Don't worry about it. I've heard the rumors already about the Iron Fist of the new Gnome Queen, they're calling her. So I can definitely spin this to our
Yeah, don't
advantage
fuck with
in
Grim.
dealing with all of these crazy people.
Tell them
is
they
what I
were
can do.
assassins or some shit. People believe
listen,
that.
Gorf,
Them that they were assassins.
no one's claiming that you've got a whole bunch of brains. Why don't you leave this one to me? Thank you very much." He is
Louis, anytime
Um,
you're in Delver's Dream, just let me know. I'll set up a show for you.
No, I know. I
Make you
know
a
you
star,
will.
kid. I'll make you a star.
And with that, you see Louis head directly up to the palace to go and try to spin this for all of you. And that is where we shall end our session today.
Oh my god.
That was
We
insane.
really.
Before we go, I would like to, number one, give a thanks to our sponsors, but also please.
Oh.
Oh no, did I just disappear?
Yeah, like you
did.
froze for a
Did I
second and
just disappear?
disappeared.
I've had it with all
That
of
was
you.
such a good
We'll make it.
timing. Oh my gosh.
I'm
Also,
leaving.
Big Louis heard you and disappeared
leaving.
you. I'm telling you.
Big Louis
I
just
got a
lifted you up and threw you
notification.
over.
that's
I got a
hilarious.
notification. I tried to get rid of it, and I pressed it instead.
Oh,
Sorry,
gotcha.
Patty. Yes,
That's
but yes.
so funny.
So very quickly, there is. I would like to know what your favorite thing was, Gorufa. What about you? What was your favorite moment?
Definitely just Louis dumping those bodies.
Just like a savage.
Like,
He's like, you'll be a favor for this, dog.
Awful people. You are all awful people.
Oh my
Awful.
I was cracking up through so much of that interaction.
Oh, those interactions
Yeah,
were
the
The
so
cart and the
good.
tarp is actually what got me the most.
Oh my god. That was great. I loved it.
Ugh.
And we're gonna do a little announcement in between each
Yeah,
one.
Gorf's
If you
chaotic
would
good,
like to
so,
if you would like to help us keep the lights on over here, you can certainly donate to our Ko-fi. We appreciate every dollar and every follow on Ko-fi. It really does help us to create fabulous stuff for you like this. So, Gorf, what was your favorite moment?
My favorite moment was how Gorf was initially trying to just get his money back, and it just escalated so far to the point
God.
that
Yeah.
it just got so out of hand, and he was like there's no backing down now. He's got to finish it, and it just ended really, really poorly.
And it ended with 4 murders. Okay.
If
Yes.
it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing.
It's a
I suppose,
very
yeah.
American attitude.
I also really liked that I finally had a chance to use my new ranger spells. That's cool.
Oh yeah.
Because oftentimes I'm
Super
raging and I
exciting.
can't, and it doesn't make sense
Fabulous.
to not rage. So
Yeah, right.
I was happy.
I love it.
Jumping.
There we go. Thank you. So, second little announcement. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. We also have our Wheel of Time campaign tomorrow. Same bad time.
And we
same
have a
no,
giveaway.
actually, an hour later. We also do have a giveaway for that. It is delightful. And now, Crothon, tell me, what was your favorite one?
Hands down, have to be the initial interaction with the guard. That was so fun.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
That was delightful. I love it. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Erigenasi, for the 100 bits. That's fabulous. And these are going to carry over to next week. You now have, again, 9 plus 2s. Somebody else is going to keep track of that because I've already got too much to keep track of.
Don't worry, we got it.
All right, fabulous. Yeah, yes, the interaction with the guard was glorious. That was super fun. And chat, please let us know what your favorite moments were today as well as we are doing that. And now for announcement number 3. D&D Beyond is fabulous. And you should go and purchase things from D&D Beyond and support them because they really do support our community greatly. And if you use our little code, you will be helping us out too, and we really appreciate that. We do. Now, Felix, tell me, what was your favorite moment?
Oh, just talking to my cousin, just very casually in that hamster wheel. I don't know why my folk have a hamster wheel, but we'll never tell. But yeah, I mean, just that whole conversation with Big Louie and just like how much we put into this NPC character. Like, I just love him so much. He's just great.
Big Louie's a national treasure.
Yay.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he's my new favorite.
You're gonna owe me big
Felix
time
just
for this
turns
one.
into
He
Kennedy.
absolutely is. Yes. The mouse folk are absolutely the Kennedys of this world. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many of them, and they're all in politics.
my God.
It's
I love it.
fine. It's
And
fine.
with that, we will do our final announcement today, which is all about our Idle Heroes of the Forgotten Realms. It's a
What?
fabulous mobile game.
Yeah.
Go and check it out. We have all of these amazing characters from the Forgotten Realms series of books and the world and the adventures that Wizards of the Coast has sent out. And if you use that code in game, you get a free Electrum chest. Yes, you sure do. It is glorious. So, thank you, everybody, for being here today. It was so much fun.
So
I hope
fun.
you had a
Blast.
fabulous time too. And let me see who we're gonna raid.
Yeah.
It's
Woot woot.
raiding.
Raid time.
I am not
Is the best
seeing.
time.
I'm not seeing Rolling Together up there today. Oh, because it's Wednesday. It's not Tuesday. I'm full of lies and deceit, is what I am.
Oh,
So
no.
instead of that, we're going to go hit up Mendari, who is a fabulous creator here on Twitch that does all kinds of fabulous homebrew stuff. And she shows you how she's doing it and how you can help make homebrew for your own worlds. She is delightful. So let's go over and say hello. Remember, when we go over and raid somebody, we tell them what Playnard Allies is bringing to the potluck. Personally, I'm bringing a cart full of dead people. What are you bringing?
I'm bringing barbecued fire canasi. That's what I'm bringing.
Felix?
Oh, wow.
Bringing some smooth jazz.
Gorp?
A inconspicuous cart with a sheet over it.
That's
Smelly cart.
right. And Goru?
I'm bringing a glass of pink and somehow green wine.
Right, there are. That's what we are bringing. And now it is time to raid. So goodbye, everyone.
Bye. See you tomorrow.
See you guys.